Hey, my money making friends. By the end of this video, you're gonna know which company to go with to get your very own virtual address. And so if you're unsure what even is a virtual address and the benefits offered, this is the perfect video for you. And so a virtual address allows you to receive and check mail from anywhere around the world. And so you could have a US-based business and decide to go on a business trip to Tokyo. And so you have the benefits of accessing your mail while in a completely different country. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a lifesaver to me. In addition to being able to access your mail, a virtual address also provides you with a physical address that you can use for your personal documents as well as for your business. And so now that we've addressed what exactly is a virtual address, we gotta talk about some of its benefits. And so first off, I have to mention personal address privacy. It's your home, and a lot of times you don't want to include your home address on all of the different paperwork that you need to file. Secondly, you have the benefit of package forwarding. So if you are in another country and need that mail right now, you can have that company send you your mail. And the third benefit is cost. Having a virtual address is so much more cost effective than having an actual physical business office. With an office space, you're gonna have to worry about rent, utilities, hiring employees. But with a virtual address, you could get some of the benefits of having a physical space while not having to pay all of the additional costs associated with that space. And to just give you one more benefit, even though I know you're like, Darcy, I am sold on a virtual address already, for the fourth benefit, you can get package protection. I don't know if you've seen on the news lately, but there are people taking Amazon packages off people's front porches. With a virtual address, you can feel secure in knowing that your packages are protected. And so in this video, I'm gonna go over 5 key factors that will help you determine whether or not you're gonna go with iPostal1 or Alliance Virtual for your virtual address needs. First, we have to consider services. What do these companies offer? And most importantly, what are you looking for? Do you want a virtual address for business use? Do you want a virtual address for personal use? Or are you looking for a virtual office? These are important questions to ask when deciding which company is best for you. The second thing that you should consider is location. Do they have an address that is close to your home address? Would it be easy for you to pick up packages if you needed to? The third factor to consider is cost. Are you price sensitive, or are you willing to spend a bit more money for a nicer space? The fourth factor to consider are reviews. What are people saying about these companies? And the fifth factor to consider is membership terms. This one is really crucial and could potentially sneak up on you if you don't pay close attention. And so some of these companies require you to sign a contract, and you might have to give notice before you cancel out this contract. And so I'm going to talk about this and so much more in this video. And so breaking down the services of both companies, Alliance Virtual is known for offering virtual office spaces. And so virtual offices give you the benefits of having a virtual address while also being able to go to a physical office location so that you can meet clients in person in a nice office setting. In addition to a virtual office, you can also have access to a live receptionist, a virtual phone number, meeting rooms, co-working spaces, and mail forwarding. And so there are a lot of features that come with having a virtual office space. And then we have iPostal1. You can use it for personal and for business use. And they offer 3 packages. You can choose between a virtual address, a virtual business address, and a virtual office. You have the ability to view and manage your mail from anywhere and access it 24/7 through the iPostal1 mobile app. And so before we get into any more detail, I have to let you know, if you are wanting a virtual address strictly for personal use, iPostal1 is the most cost-effective option. If you are wanting a virtual address for business use, then keep watching. When it comes to having a broad range of locations, iPostal1 offers over 25,000 locations across the US and around the world, versus Alliance Virtual has about 1,200 locations. And so considering the numbers, it'd be much easier to find an iPostal1 address than an Alliance Virtual address that is near you. And so considering the cost, iPostal1 is by far the cheapest option. They start as low as $9.99 for virtual addresses. And then for their virtual office locations, it's as cheap as $39.99. Versus Alliance Virtual, they just offer virtual office spaces. And at the cheapest price, you can find a virtual office for about $50. In terms of reviews, Alliance Virtual has a little bit of a leg up as they are 0.2 stars higher than iPostal1 on Trustpilot. And so iPostal1 has a 4.2 star rating out of 3,600 reviews, whereas Alliance Virtual has a 4.4 star rating out of 1,300 reviews. And to really summarize the negatives of both companies, with iPostal1, a lot of people commented on having difficulties with the virtual office setup. And so there's a process that you have to go to get a virtual office for your business. You do have to fill out Form 1583 and get the form notarized. And so Alliance Virtual specializes in working with businesses, versus iPostal1 works with businesses and individuals. And unfortunately, iPostal1 doesn't have that process flow built out as much as Alliance Virtual. When it came to the negative reviews for Alliance Virtual, a lot of people mentioned that they had a hard time getting in contact with customer service. They also mentioned having some difficulties with mail forwarding. And so you do have to weigh those cons when deciding which company to go with. And for the last point, we have membership terms. And so with Alliance Virtual, you will need to sign a 6-month contract to reserve that office space. You have to let them know 30 days in advance before you decide to cancel. This applies to a virtual office as well as the other services that they offer. To compare that, we have iPostal1, which offers a month-to-month contract. So if you were wanting to cancel after the first couple of months, you have the flexibility to do so. And so there we have it. You have Alliance Virtual and iPostal1. Alliance Virtual specializes in working with other businesses. And then iPostal1 can be great for personal and business use, but you need to make sure to weigh all 5 factors in your decision. Definitely let me know if you have any questions whatsoever in the comments below. I cannot wait to see you next time. Peace, stay building.